Here we go. We got the loser bracket finals on 11/27/2019, the day before Thanksgiving. On the left, you have Ben Davis playing forward, Jimmy Kirby playing goalie. On the right, you got Tony Valenzuela playing forward and Bryan Pickett playing goalie. So Tony starts with the ball. I don't think he tours very much or at all, so he's rated a beginner, I believe. And Bryan, he tours rarely. Him and me, Jimmy Love, got second beginner doubles the last Florida States. But here we go, Jimmy Kirby with the ball and tries to pass but couldn't get through. But Ben picks it up, but could not get his pass through. So now Bryan has it. Bryan with that little push or pull shot almost went in. Oh, got a good pickup for first score of the game. 1-0. Ben and Jimmy. Jimmy tries a slingshot. Tony's not having any of it. Tony has a real good snake here, though he tends to favor the pull side a lot, but he tries to go push there, kind of like a one dot. Jimmy blocks it. And there you go, Tony rejected. 1-1 now. Been doing a near wall passing series. He's been doing a lot of far wall, but he's doing near wall now. And does the push side rollover, makes it 2-1. Tony rejects Jimmy again. Can he get the ball? And he cannot. He loses it back to Jimmy. Ben tries to go on the pull side and blocked. Tries to go again. It's blocked again by Bryan. He cannot hang on to, loses it, but goes back to his 5-bar. Now he's doing the far wall series and could not get it by Tony's 5-bar D. Bryan tries to bank, swings and misses. Tries another one of those pull sliders, but it's blocked, but ends up going on Tony's 3-bar. Can Tony tie the game here? He goes push side. 2-2. Been having a hard time getting it through Tony's 5-bar. So he goes to the near wall and gets it through this time. And 3-2. Ben and Jimmy over Tony and Bryan in this first game of the losers bracket finals. It is handicap double, so I believe Ben and Jimmy have to go to 6. Tony with a quick wall. Can I hang on to it? Bryan looking for a bank again. Block. Ben Joey tries to pick it up. A 3, but loses it. Goes to Tony's 5. Tony having a hard time passing on Ben at this moment. Bryan keeps trying to do some pull shots. He has a better push than pull, but ends up having a shot blocked and into the goal. 4-2. Ben and Jimmy over Tony and Bryan. (5-2). And Tony calls timeout. Time back in. Tony cannot get it by Ben. Still, Bryan looks for a bank, cannot get it. Looking for another bank. Gets it this time, but blocked. Jimmy having a hard time getting through Tony's 3-bar defense, but he scores that time. Ends the first game. Good pull shot by Jimmy to end the first game. Here we go, second game. The loser bracket finals. Tony's still having a hard time getting by Ben's D. Gets it by this time. Goes push side. Makes it 1-0. Bryan with the bank. Makes it 2-0. Ben cannot hang on to his pass. Bryan looking for a bank again. Blocked. Looking for a pull shot, not on target. Jimmy's able to pick it up. Looking for a pass, blocked by Tony's 5-bar, but goes to Ben's 5-bar, and he is able to pass through. Looking to make it 2-1. Blocked. Blocked again. Ben's hard to block, and Bryan's doing a pretty good job of blocking Ben. Bryan with another bank makes it 3-0. Been able to get it by this time. 3-1. Tony cannot pick up his pass. Jimmy's able to get it on the 2. Trying to fake Tony out and does not. Tony's able to block him. Block him again. Able to get through this time. Ben picks up on the 5. Tries a 5-bar shot. Blocked. Able to get his pass through. And tic-tacs round scores. Pull side, roll over, it's in. 4-2 in the second game for Tony and Bryan over Ben and Jimmy. Ben could not. That's an unusual drop by Ben. Goes to Tony's 3. Tony and Bryan could end the second game here. Go to the third game, and he cannot. Blocked by Jimmy. Bryan tries to bank again. It's blocked. Tries another bank on the other side. Blocked. Ben's able to pick it up on his three. He is not going to his snake, but he goes this time to it. And makes it. 3. They got 3, and Bryan and Tony have 4. One more by Tony and Bryan to end the second game. Ben and Jimmy have to make 3 more. Tony finally able to get it by Ben's 5-bar defense and catch his pass. He could end the second game. Jimmy speeding up his defense now. Tony just hits it. Bryan cannot hang on to it. Loses it to Ben's 3-bar. Ben shoots, scores by 4 now. Can Ben hang on to it? Oh, he just out of his reach. Goes to Bryan's. Bryan's setting up. He's looking for either a pull shot, and he does, but cannot get looking for a bank again. Blocked by Ben. Ben's able to get it on his 5. Does a quick wall pass. He could make it 5-4 here, and he does. All right, well, next point will win it for Ben and Jimmy. But if Tony and Bryan score, it goes to a third game of this loser bracket finals. Tony gets it through. Looking to put away the second game. Oh, well, it looks like Ben said Bryan was saying timeout and Tony wasn't going to take it. Ben said you have to take it if Bryan called timeout. So timeout goes to Tony and Bryan.
I didn't wear a hat to knock off, so just calm down.
All right, time back in, reset. Can Tony put away the second game, go to the third game? Jimmy's giving the fast defense. He cannot, but ends up picking it back up all the way on his 3. Has second chance here. You don't want to give Ben a chance. He can put the game away. And he does. Push side. It's in. Third game of this loser bracket finals. The day before Thanksgiving. Here we go, third game. Blocked by Bryan. Bryan's doing a good job of blocking Ben. And Ben's saying that you can't pass it with the ball stopped from that one guy to Tony's 5-bar. Has to at least touch 2 guys. So they turn the ball over to Ben and Jimmy. And they make it 1-0. Tries to go middle, blocked by Bryan. Looks like Ben's starting to heat up on his 5-bar passing. But so is Bryan on his defense. Blocked again by Bryan. Bryan with the bank, and it's in 1-1. Ben cannot hang on to his pass, but was able to pick up on his 3 anyways. Blocked again. Bryan is on fire with his blocking against Ben. Tries the bank again, banks it too much of an angle. So Jimmy was able to pick up on his 2. Jimmy tries the bank, blocked by Bryan. Blocked again by Bryan. Bryan's keeping his team in this. Looking for a bank. Cannot get it. Ben picks up on his 3 now. Another block by Bryan. I've lost another block. I've lost count of how many blocks he's had in a row. Bryan putting on a show back there of how to block. Oh, and what a Bill calls the backdoor Betty. It's in 2-1. That's Bill Crawford. Shout out to Bill Crawford. Odds are Benz has to score here. He's shot a lot and Bryan's blocked it. And he does. 2-2. You can only block so many before Ben's going to get one in. But Bryan did a hell of a job blocking. Bryan tries the bank again. Does not get it. If Jimmy could just clear it, he'd help his team out a lot more, but Tony ends up blocking everything Jimmy throws at him. But he gets through this time, but blocked by Bryan. Bryan tries another bank, and it dinks around the table and in. 3-2. Ben with a quick pass. Sets a little bit off-centered. Give Bryan a different look. Moves a little bit back to the center. Tries to go push side, and Bryan blocks again. And it does a bank. It is 4-2. Next point has Tony and Bryan moving on to the finals. Another block by Bryan. Tony cannot get it. Been able to get it through this time. Jimmy cannot clear it. Tony blocks it. Tony blocks it again. He just needs it cleared by Tony, and he loses it to Tony. Tony looking to end the third game. Jimmy giving him the fast shuffle D, and he blocks it. Can he finally clear it? And he calls timeout. It's probably a good timeout because he was having problems back there clearing it and losing it. Looks like got Tony and Ben playing about even, but the difference is Bryan is putting on a blocking clinic while Jimmy is having a hard time holding on to it and get it, clearing it, while Bryan does clear it and he scores. Ends the game. Tony and Bryan move on.